Good morning, this is Shaman Oracle reading. This reading is for Leo. The three cards are on the left. The plant soul card called Tea Tree. In the middle, we have the divine feminine card called Marguerite, Porete. And on the right, we have the Shaman Dream Oracle card called Empty Well. The Tea Tree is a wonderful plant soul card full of optimism and love. There is the spirit of the tree telling us, I help you to make your body stronger, to purify your material life, and to heal your emotional life. Basic trust is the message of the tea tree. You are a part of the big picture, says the tea tree. So reorient yourself and let your cells reinform themselves. That feeling to be separated from everyone, even from a higher source, is a warning to you to gain back the needed trust, and the tea tree is helping you to do that. The tea tree is a holy tree of eternal possibilities, and so opens up the gate to the dream world. Dream a little bit, Leo, to see your options and new possibilities you have not thought of or even forgotten that they exist. In all this, says the tea tree, set some boundaries if needed, but be grounded, trust, and get rid of this fear, this misconception that you are not loved. Say this affirmation: when trusting myself, I let go of resentments and the feeling of inferiority, and I benefit from the source of true love. Say again, when trusting myself, I let go of resentments and the feeling of inferiority, and I benefit from the source of true love. Last time, when trusting myself, I let go of resentments and the feeling of inferiority, and I benefit from the source of true love. So Leo, enjoy drinking a good cup of tea of your choice and think of the tea tree spirit assisting you with love and care. This plant spirit helps you throat chakra. Now we come to the divine feminine card called Marguerite Porete. Marguerite Porete is also called the mystic of divine love. She not only stands for the essence of divine love, but also the truth that we are all loved. Marguerite was a French Beguine born in the mid-13th century. The Beguine movement was a spiritual revival among women in the late Middle Ages that emphasized an imitation of Christ's love. These Beguines, or holy women, lived together in semi-monastic communities. They were not nuns, they didn't take formal vows and could leave at any time, but they lived together freely to share their spirituality. Marguerite, she wrote a spiritual masterpiece titled The Mirror of Simple Souls. This writing reveals the spiritual process she went through to be transformed by the divine love. One statement of her writing says, I am God says love, for love is God and God is love. And this soul is God by the condition of love. By 1306, the Bishop of Cambrai deemed her work heretical and condemned it to be burned in Porete's presence. Even so, it continued to circulate widely throughout the Middle Ages, and in some ecclesiastical centers it was embraced as an almost canonical piece of theology. Porete was ordered to stop circulating her book and to recant her ideas of God as love, but she refused. Marguerite was arrested as a relapsed heretic and a free spirit, which included the belief that humans could achieve a union with the divine. The Catholic Church conducted an unprecedented trial to decide her fate. Like Joan of Arc, much of her life is recorded because of the transcripts of her lengthy trial. She maintained her truth that the soul has no other will but God's, and that when the soul is united with God's love, this state is a union and so enables the soul to transcend the contradictions of this world. She suggested that we can be transformed by divine love into love itself, which isn't separate of God, and that ultimately no outside source is needed in this transformation. It is solely between the soul of a person and God to achieve transformation. Marguerite was burned at the stake in 1310. Her writing, The Mirror of Simple Souls, continued to gain in popularity, but was distributed as an anonymous text until 1946, when Romana Guarnieri identified Latin manuscripts of the Mirror in the Vatican. Marguerite's name returned to the text when it was published for the first time in 1965. There is nothing more powerful than remembering that we are love, and there is nothing and no one outside of us that is needed in order to realize this. It is between our experience of the divine and our own soul. We can let go of what we think we need to prove or we think we need to be in order to receive love, because we remember that we are love. Then we can stand in that truth even through flames. Marguerite is a courageous truth teller, and the truth of her experience is that love alone can free us. Not a love another might give us, not a love of family or of friends, but due to the fact that our soul is us, and our soul can unite with the divine. We are reminded that the essence of who we are is found within. Marguerite once said, "Love has no beginning, no end, and no limit, and I am nothing except love." It is the most profound and radical act we can ever take, knowing that the love we already are. Now we come to the Shaman Dream Oracle card called Empty Well. The empty well says, there is nothing here for you. The well is dry and the desert comes closer to your once fertile garden. It's time to face the harsh reality and to move on. Give gratitude and thanks for the abundance you have experienced and let Spirit guide you to your next destination. This might mean that you have to say goodbye to someone or something, or you might have to insist on changing the rules of the game. Making yourself small will not produce the results you want. So, says the card, stop diminishing yourself for the sake of another. There is some lack of give and take, and the empty well tells you that it is time to reclaim what is yours and return what does not belong to you. The shadows that cast in your direction are not of your own making, so don't react or respond to them, for they are not real. Simply shine your light on the shadows and see how they disappear. These shadows are projections of your confusion about reality. This confusion might have offered you a shovel to dig yourself out of an uncomfortable situation and offered you a bucket of water from the well. But you cannot dig yourself out of this hole, and there's no water left in the well either. So, Leo, receive the empty well as a gift and don't waste your energy and your resources by repairing what cannot be repaired. Follow the water course way and you will be led to a new spring oasis. You can find these underground streams, these rich natural resources in the subterranean depths of your own heart. So, that was the reading for Leo. Thank you, Leo, for coming and listening. I wish you a wonderful day, a good week ahead, and I would like it if you come back next time when I have another reading for Leo. Okay? Take care and goodbye.